Everybody, welcome back. Come think with me, guys. Let's get into the mental workshop. I've got a good question for us today, and that's going to be, one moment, can thinking become a trap? All right, let's jump right into it. Let's think about it. Can thinking become a trap? I, sadly, already know the answer to this one. Through my own experience, but I want to hammer this one, and this is normally not the way that I want to do it. I normally want to explore it with you guys, so maybe this is a bad one for the list, but we're going to do it anyways. We're here, we're in the lab, I've already got you guys here. Let's think about it. Can thinking become a trap? Absolutely. I mean, how else can I can't even pretend like I don't know this one. And maybe this is more story time, okay? Not what I was anticipating, because I like to think with you guys. But in this case, I have been stuck thinking for long periods of time. And I think it was more creative pursuits too. Trying to find something that other people would like, just like this channel. I mean, this was a product of me thinking for a long time, wrestling with different ideas, different channel ideas, but this is just like one thread. You can think about anything like that and go off on a tangent and continuing a thread for as long as you want. You can keep asking better questions. You can keep struggling on some that are bad questions, and then, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways that you can get trapped. So can thinking become a trap? Absolutely. You can get stuck in thoughts for a long time because you're in control. And some of us, I think we forget that sometimes. Like, you get to decide where you want the boundaries. You get to decide how far you want to take any single thought. You get to decide all of that. And sometimes we get so lost in our own minds that we don't even remember that we're thinking sometimes, okay? So I think that thinking can really be dangerous sometimes if you don't have any structure around it. I know one thing that I struggled with was getting things through the finish line. And I bet you anybody here that is a creative thinker, or anybody that has maybe goals or anything like that, and you need to use your mind to think ahead or think behind you and reflect and recall maybe some things or examples or experiences that you've had that are going to help you and continue helping you develop into the person you want to become, or to meeting the goal that you want to hit, or the creative project or the business or whatever it is that you're creating. If you don't put some type of restraint on that, or some type of structure around that level of thinking, and especially if you're doing multiple projects at the same time, and you're not really sure exactly which one is going to work for you. Some people that maybe are entrepreneurs can probably relate to this. People with maybe even ADHD can probably, do 400 different tasks in their head all at the same time, but never land on one that keeps going. And that's dangerous. That is your thinking becoming a trap. And some of us even get addicted to it. I know I was addicted to thinking, addicting to those breakthrough moments, to those aha moments where we'd be chasing them, where I would be chasing them. There's so many different ways that thinking can become a trap that I've noticed, and I'm just scratching the surface. I think some of you guys can probably see different ways that can happen when you don't kind of set hard deadlines and then actually finish them, even if it's not perfect. I know that I was a perfectionist for a while. So it's like you can keep perfecting something and it'll never get the way that you see it in your mind out of you. You get awfully close, but you'll never really get it perfect the way that you see it in your mind. And those are hard lessons. Those are lessons that will keep you up at night. Those are lessons that'll keep you burning out. Those are lessons that'll keep you from bringing your product or your art creation or your content to actually get it out there and give it to other people and let them decide for themselves if it's any good. There's so many ways that your thinking can become a trap. So just hearing that from me, you guys can get a better idea of kind of what to expect when you guys go down any thinking road or anything like that. Structure is a good thing. I think a lot of us appreciate freedom, but let me put it to you this way, in a way that you can maybe think about it. Think about your soul, okay? Your soul fills your body, okay? It fills this container, this whatever you want to call it, this vessel or whatever. But understand that if it didn't have that, you wouldn't have any form, right? Think about it. You would have no container. That's the kind of structure I'm talking about. Your soul has a place to fill something, okay? This body gives us structure. It gives us a box. I'm going to call it a box. I mean, obviously, we're a human being. We look like a human. Not quite a box, but I guess unless it's Minecraft or something like that. But you hear what I'm saying? You know, you get to fit in something. And that's the kind of structure I'm talking about. Even your mind, when we're talking abstractly, when we're talking metaphysically, it needs something to put your thinking inside, okay? It needs a cap. Because if you just keep expanding, and you keep consciously just growing and growing and growing, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. That's exploration work. That's fun. That's exciting. But if you want to get something out, if you want to have a product, if you want to have a philosophy, if you want to do anything that you want to capture for a book or something like that, you need to put boundaries around it. There needs to be some limit so that you're not just endlessly expanding without actually being able to do something with it. And so I can hit this from so many different angles. But I think that's all I got for you guys on this one. Sadly, on this one, I already kind of had a good idea of the answer. I tried not to do that with these questions. You know, I kind of just try to get a lot of random questions, some of them that I hand selected, other ones that I just had kind of just generated, because I wanted them to be fresh questions. So if I would think of all these questions, then I would probably already have a good idea of what the answers are. And just me thinking about it puts it into my mind and gets me already wired and thinking about it. So the reason that I did this was so that I could be caught off guard from some of these questions. And this wasn't one of those. So maybe I'll have to consider that next time, okay? We're still early on these workshops and these mental workshops. And you guys, let me know, obviously. Maybe you guys just like that exploration and thinking out loud. That's definitely a component of this. But normally I like to wrestle with it and ask different questions and come in from different perspectives and angles. And unfortunately, this one, I had already come to a conclusion before I even seen this question. And maybe that's just good to know for you guys. But I'm going to mark this one off. I'm going to do a little mark in here, a little check on the list. And then we'll tackle another question on the next one. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. See you guys there.